Message from Sunnah followers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab. Wear your beards. Be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Saleh. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of Allah, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
If you want to learn about how to balance and maintain your faith every day, you need to be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, being taught by Laila Nasheeba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming, tuning into the Sunnah followers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at. Right here on Sunnah Followers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnah Followers and dollars Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Rowing your deen and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen, one of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the Day of Judgment is sadaqah jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the Sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen guys, this is very important and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, sadaqah jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the Day of Judgment. Sunnahfollowers presents a new hadith class taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba, Riyadus Salihin, every Monday and Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Woke. There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold, pay attention as it's been told. Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. One of the 10 who Jannah was promised, the second Caliph, a strong, devout, noble, and fierce soldier of Allah, made an impact in Islam.
Islam, his name, Umar ibn al-Kitab. Continuing in this series, The Companions of the Prophet, taught by Brother Mukhtar Shahid, streaming on all major platforms. Stay tuned for the time and date, right here, channel Sunnahfollowers.
Okay. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Let me know if they can hear me on YouTube. Can you hear me on YouTube and the other platform? Okay, good. Okay. Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. This is our Akida class. And for those of you who are on my Zoom room, you're going to have to join YouTube tonight because, again, I'm doing all the streaming from my laptop. So I don't have my other 3 computers with me. So I'm not able to share the PowerPoint to the Zoom. It's going to be shared through the streaming program. So anyone in the Zoom room, you can join either Rumble or Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter to see the PowerPoint. And for this class, we've been discussing how to keep our faith strong. This is something that all of us are struggling with, especially now that Ramadan has ended. As you can see, a lot of the new shahadas and the new and the old Muslims who are new to practicing, have been asking, questions about how they can keep their iman strong and not fall back to their wayward ways or the actions that they were doing before Ramadan. And that's the whole purpose of me doing this series. Yesterday, we spoke about how one of the best ways when you find yourself weakening in your faith or life in general, life is throwing you a curveball. I mean, things just don't seem to be going the way that they should. Your job is very trying, the children at home are trying, your husband is trying. So we get frustrated and we're like, what can I do? Well, one of the things that can help to put your faith back and also keep you from transgressing the limits within yourself is by pondering the creation of Allah. If you're having a bad moment, life seems to be throwing you curveballs, look up at the sky and marvel at the beauty of how Allah created all the creation. And by marveling at Allah's beauty, it helps you to station yourself to understand that you are not alone. We're not alone. Okay, oftentimes life can beat you up. Life can be so disappointing. uh, your relationships with your family so disappointing, your relationship with your coworkers, your bosses at the job, so disappointing. But when we ponder Allah's creation, look at the trees, look at the mountains, look at the sun, the moon, look at how we're all different colors, we're all different personalities, we all have different priorities in life. Allah loves variety. That helps us to get repositioned in our thinking, and we realize, we're not alone. We were all created with one purpose, and that purpose is to worship Allah. Some of us believe in Him and worship Him accordingly, but most of us don't believe in Him. Most of us fail to worship Him accordingly. And that's why, Allah placed us on this earth to be tested, to see which category of a person you are. Are you one who says you believe in Allah, but you don't worship Him accordingly, or vice versa? So that's why we talked about pondering the creation of Allah yesterday as a good means of increasing our faith and maintaining our practice. Today, I'm going to speak about how we need to continue the good deeds that we were doing during the month of Ramadan, those night prayers we were making. We were all going to the mosque, praying the Taraweeh. You should continue with the night prayers. As we were driving to work, we would recite Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, on our way to work, or La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You want to continue doing those good deeds. We were very giving during the month of Ramadan, giving of our time, giving of our money, giving of our advice. You want to maintain that even though Ramadan is over. So good deeds are a great way to maintain our belief. And let's look at this. And again, I'm using a different, program. So my PowerPoint is not going to be like it normally is with all the pretty designs and stuff, the flowing. But at least you'll be able to see and still take screenshots. So tonight we're going to talk about how doing good deeds will help one to maintain their belief in Allah. And I forgot how to work this. Let me see how to work this again. Oh, here it is. I see how to work it. Okay. So another cause for the increase and strengthening of faith is for us as Muslims to do good deeds, to keep those good deeds that we were doing during the month of Ramadan going throughout the rest of the year. And we have to remember that in order for Allah to accept our good deeds, whatever the deed is, it must be done for Him alone, not for him and your mother. I don't want none of you children to say that if I ask you, why do you pray? Oh, I pray to make my mother pleased with me and Allah. Nope. You sisters, I ask you, why do you cover your face? I cover my face because I want my husband to be pleased with me. No. Allah is not accepting of any deed unless it's done for His sake and His sake alone. Does everybody understand that? And if we do the good deeds for His sake and for His sake alone on a regular basis, that's how our iman or our faith remains strong. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions, be consistent and regular in performing your good deeds. Don't end up doing a deed and then losing the ultimate reward of it because you weren't consistent with it. And then another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah loves for us to do good deeds according to our capability. In other words, don't do the deeds that are too hard for you to do. And He also loves you to be regular in it. Okay, a lot of people can't fast. For example, me, I can't fast. Fasting is a hardship for me. I have GERD, so I don't fast on a regular basis. I just fast Ramadan. A lot of people can't pray all those voluntary prayers. I don't do all those voluntary prayers. I got bad knees. I can't bend down, okay? But there's other good deeds we can do, like what I'm doing, teaching Islam. I get the same reward teaching Islam in its truthfulness to the people that a person would get standing up all night making voluntary prayers or fasting every day of his life. So, be regular, be consistent. And that's why I'm regular and consistent. That's how we earn the love of Allah. And again, guys, Allah has told us that whenever we enact good deeds for His sake alone, it will bring us closer to Him. It is also what causes us to continue to grow in our closeness to Him. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in an authentic hadith qudsi, of course, that Allah says, my servant will continue to get close to me by doing the voluntary deeds until I love him. So what does that mean? For example, every time you make Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, this brings you close to Allah. Every time we fulfill our obligations, the fact that I dress the way Allah commanded, the fact that I make all my prayers, my obligatory prayers, the fact that I guard my modesty, I guard my chastity, the fact that I guard my tongue, all of this stuff brings me close to Allah. But if I want to get even closer, continue giving your dawah, continue teaching the people, continue breaking the religion down, that's how you end up earning Allah's love even more, Laila. And for all of us, there's something like Dr. Jermali and Brother Muhammad Ziyada were speaking about in their lecture yesterday. Brother Muhammad Ziyada said, find something that you're good at. Find something that you're good at and do it on a regular basis. Maybe you're good, at taking care of people. So that you might want to get a job working in a nursing home or something to take care of people. Look at all the blessings a person gets with a job like that. Wait a minute, hold on for 1 second. Started doing my class. Sitting here doing nothing, getting angry. I don't want to get angry. I remember a loss. What are you doing? I went on there. They didn't have to change anything. You need to call them. Call them on the phone and ask them how's the traffic. People coming from work here. So I don't know. People gotta get home from work. So they might get a move. You gotta call the police office and ask them what's the traffic, what's the closure of the road like. I just went on their Facebook page, the police department's Facebook page. They could send me photos. I'm gonna be done with it in 10 minutes. I'm not in the mood to teach, but I got these new shahadas, so I should be done in 10 minutes. So, this one. What's wrong? You mad about the teacher? No, the people coming in there, I'm looking out here in the park, and my people driving up, so they must be doing something. Yes. Well, just two people just came in now with our plan. So it might be cluttered up. You just look or call the police department and check. I will after I finish this class. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I told you guys I'm supposed to be on vacation and they want me to go somewhere with them. So I told them, inshallah, after I finish the class, turn on the cell phones. Okay. Can you guys still see me and hear me on YouTube? Everybody can still hear? Okay. So Allah, when we do the obligatory deeds like the prayer, the fasting, the things that we're commanded to do, guarding your chastity, guarding your tongue, taking care of your family, taking care of your parents. That's how we get close to Allah. But then when you go the extra mile and do the voluntary deeds, that's how you earn Allah's love. And what I liked about Brother Muhammad Ziyada's lecture yesterday is he said, find something that you're good at, something that you do well, and be consistent with that. And you're still reaping the rewards. Maybe, for example, the kids here, maybe you're good at cooking. So be regular. You were helping your mother prepare the meals, and sometimes you would cook the meals on your own during Ramadan. Keep doing that. Prepare the meals. Help your mom with the cooking. Perhaps you're a boy and you're good at fixing cars. And during Ramadan, you helped your father fix a car. Fix the cars on a regular basis. Get into that stuff. Maybe you're good at cleaning the house if you're a kid. Clean up the house on a regular basis. Do it all on a consistent basis. This is how we end up earning Allah's love. Okay? And again, whatever it is you choose to do that you do best, you want to do it with sincerity of only pleasing Allah. I'm not doing it because I want my parents to pay me. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to show off. You don't want to be like those men and those women who are still, as we speak, they're praying outside in the streets. What are they praying in the streets for? The prophet told us to not pray in the streets. He said, bring your prayers into the mosque, not the street, not the marketplace. But you know why they're doing it. They're taking videos. They're trying to, that's showing off. That's doing it for some reason other than Allah. So again, whatever the thing is that you do best, do it with the sole intention of pleasing Allah. Because again, intentions are in the heart. Allah can see inside your heart. You may can fool the people into thinking that you're doing it for Allah's sake, but Allah knows. Everybody understand that? So I want y'all to keep that in mind. So before any good deed is performed, what we should do as Muslims is begin by holding ourselves accountable, just like we did during Ramadan. Remember, I told you guys during Ramadan, hold yourselves accountable before you do a deed and after. If you hold yourselves accountable before you do a good deed, that assures that your intention is only for Allah. Why am I doing this? Am I calling this adhan because I want the imam to hear how beautiful my tajweed is? Or am I calling the adhan because I want Allah to be pleased with me? And then when you do that, when you hold yourself accountable before you do the action, that way the action is coming from a heart that is sincere. So keep that in mind for whatever it is we do. And again, this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, within the body is a piece of flesh. If that flesh is okay, then the rest of the body is okay. But if that flesh is corrupt, then the rest of the body will be corrupt indeed. And that piece of flesh is the heart. So if a person has a good heart, it's going to show through their actions. If a person has a bad heart, it's going to show through their actions. If a person is a show off, a person likes to brag and boast, a person likes to think himself better than others, this is a person that has a crooked heart. And that's why that person's a crooked person. But if a person is humble, if a person is kind, if a person is patient, understanding, and nice with his the people, then that shows he's got a good heart. So again, guys, hold yourselves accountable, just like you did during Ramadan. Even before you cook dinner, ask yourself, why am I cooking this meal? I'm cooking it because I want Allah to be pleased with me. I ain't cooking it to impress my children. I'm not cooking it to impress my husband. I'm cooking it to impress Allah, because Allah said that this is something that I should do as the woman of the home. I am the queen of the house. Allah said, as the queen of the house, it's my job to make sure that the house is taken care of. That includes cooking, cleaning, and all that is done. The bills are getting paid, all of that. That's my job. I want to please Allah. And by pleasing Allah, Allah in turn will cause your husband to be pleased with you. He will cause your children to love you too. Remember that hadith we talked about during Ramadan, how the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if Allah likes a person, or if Allah is pleased with a person, he calls Jibril to him and he says, oh Jibril, I like Amatullah. I am pleased with Amatullah because she takes her time to cook good meals for her family, because she knows that it's something that I put as an obligation upon her, and she wants to make me happy. He said, he'll say, so I love Amatullah, and I want you to love her too, Jibril. And then Jibril will announce to all the other angels, Allah loves Amatullah, and he wants all of us to love Amatullah too. So all the angels will say, we love Amatullah. And then the angels of mercy will come down to earth. They change shifts during Fajr and Asr. Remember that hadith? And the angels of mercy, they will whisper to your husband, they will whisper to your children, love your mother, love your wife, because Allah loves your mother, Allah loves your wife. So that's how it goes, guys. We don't do the deeds to please anyone but Allah. And if Allah is pleased with you, he will cause the people here on earth to love you. Love comes from Allah. You earned his love. He will make your husband love you. He will make your children love you. But if you're not doing it for him, that's why we have a high divorce rate. Why do y'all think we have a high divorce rate? Because most of us are doing things for our husbands or our wives. We're not doing it for Allah. You know, if you're doing it for someone other than Allah, Allah doesn't accept. So he's not going to put love in our hearts. He's not going to put mercy in our hearts for each other. That's why we have a high divorce rate. Do your obligations because Allah commanded you to do them. And I'm doing it to please him. As a result, he will cause the people here on earth to love you who need to love you. Even Allah tells us in the Quran that it's the people who have a purified heart. And what's the purified heart? Oh God, hold on for a second, guys. I gotta get this again. Don't worry about it. It's just not gonna work out. Well, will I be able to have an Uber guy pick me up? yourself in a person's shoes. How do you think I feel? Empathy, empathy. Yeah, I told you. That's why I said it earlier. This is Shay John. I know. I already know what's happening. This is like the life of the dying, brother. This has been my life story. And so sign of the loss, please with me. I know that, but it's just too much. It's just I'm human, you know. I'm a human being. And I'm just tired. I'm just human. A lot of money, man. It's just a lot of money and a lot of everything. I just feel bad. That's why I'm doing this class and trying to. All right. Well, let me finish this class. I got these Muslims from all over the world. I got a lot of sisters from the UK in there. They come and came in. Let me deal with them. All right. About 100. I'm pretty popular. And a lot of people, believe it or not, there's more people who like me than people who don't. I'm talking about from my dawah. I'm talking about me first here. I'm talking about my dawah because I'm talking about self-help, which is benefiting me right now too. How to keep the faith despite the trials of life. That's what I'm talking about. And it's calming me. All right. Okay, so I'm like, all right. Okay, guys, I'm sorry again. This is what happens when you're on vacation. Okay, let's try to do this. I told her to give me 10 minutes. All right, so even a lot, was somebody in here talking too, guys? Y'all were talking, keeping it going for me? Were y'all? Okay. Even Allah tells us that it's the people who have purified hearts. And who are the people with purified hearts? These are the people that hold themselves accountable before they do an action. Allah tells us that they are the ones who will have success in this world. Listen to this beautiful verse. Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, the day when neither money nor your sons will help you, except for the one who comes to Allah with a pure heart. What does that mean? This is a person that did a lot of good things in this world, but he did them solely to please Allah. He wasn't looking for the fame, wasn't looking for the money, wasn't looking for approval from anyone but Allah. Okay, on the day of judgment, that person will be under the shade of Allah. Also, the pure heart is the one that is free of all diseases, such as doubt. That's why I tell a lot of my new shahadas. One of the signs, a lot of you guys may ask me, how can a person tell if their faith is strong? One of the signs of strong faith is you become extreme. You doubting, you want to redo your prayers. You think, oh, but maybe that salat wasn't good enough. Maybe I should pray it over, or maybe my wudu wasn't good enough. You know, your personal jinn will push you to become a fanatic because your personal jinn knows that Allah hates extremism. So you start to question and you start to doubt things. Is my scarf really okay? You know, maybe the people can see through this when they really can't. Or you're doubting if your prayer was sincere. Just do it. That's why I tell you guys, just do it. You don't sit there questioning yourself. Just do it. Okay? So the pure heart is the one that is free of all diseases of the heart, such as doubt and distasteful matters. That includes jealousy. A lot of us women, we suffer with jealousy. We have to be careful as Muslim women, you know, to control our jealousy of other women. You know, it's something that we all struggle with. It's something that even the prophets' wives, look at Aisha, radiallahu anha. Aisha said that was her biggest problem. She was so jealous. Well, that's because she was young too. As we get older, our jealousy lessens, okay? But we have to work on that. And it's the heart that contains nothing but love for Allah, fear of His punishment, and fear of anything that's going to take you away from Allah. That's the heart that is purified. That's why I tell you, young brothers, don't go to places that's going to tempt you to want to commit sin. Some of the young brothers, they email me. They'll say, Sister Laila, it's so hard for me. I look at the women that's not dressed properly and I can't help. I'm attracted to that. Then why are you looking at them? Why are you going around that? Stay home. Go to work, go to school, and come home. Why are you interacting? Why are you going to restaurants and places, sports events where you see the women dressed like that? Okay? The purified heart stays away from anything that will come between it and Allah. So we have to be careful of that, guys. And remember, whenever your heart becomes righteous with sincerity for Allah, then again, it's going to show through your actions. This is a person that will place Allah first and foremost in his life. This is a person who will contemplate whether or not he should or should not go to a certain place or do a certain thing. What is this? Jesus. Somebody just text me, Jesus? Really? Okay. And this leads to a person wanting to please Allah and not wanting to please the people. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says such a person is a person that ends up loving for the sake of Allah and hating for the sake of Allah. What does it mean to love for the sake of Allah? To love for the sake of Allah means you love the things that only Allah loves. To hate for the sake of Allah means you hate only those things that Allah hates. So again, guys, this is a great way to work on increasing and keeping our faith strong, especially since Ramadan has just ended. I mean, purify your heart before you pray. Ask yourself or remind yourself, I'm doing this for Allah. I'm not doing it for anyone else. Okay? Before you cook dinner, I'm doing this because it's something that Allah said I have to do as the mother. And I want my Lord to be pleased. Hold on for a second. Okay, hold on. Subhanakala humu wa bihamdika. Hold on, guys. Any questions? Tyler? How's the traffic out there? Huh? It's bad? But where you were able to get in here, all right? Yeah. Okay, but it's just bad. Okay, thank you. You too. Okay. All right. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Okay. All right, guys. I need to go somewhere. I got the people here. And inshallah, I should be returning back home. I should be home tomorrow. I'll do my 6:30 class tomorrow and my 9:30. Okay, because of my flight leaves tonight. So I'll be back home so I can do both classes tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, let's see. Is it a bad sign if calamity hits you? Well, you need to learn. All calamity is a test. Okay, Allah says don't get angry. You got to learn how to handle it. You got to learn how to handle it with dignity. Remember, everything we do with dignity here. Okay? All right, any other questions? Yeah, I'm going to come in a few seconds, okay? Yeah, we can go there and then get this other stuff together. Okay, any other questions? No other questions or comments? Inshallah, guys, tomorrow I'll be back home. Inshallah. and I'll have both my classes done. And by the way, I did post the shorts up from Jamali's class yesterday. I mean, Brother Muhammad Ziada's lecture. Oh my God, I made some good shorts. That was some good advice he gave too on how to maintain your faith. All right, so I'm going to log out for right now. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.